Welcome back, guys. I was going to film 2 videos today, but this is definitely a 1 video kind of look. After spending I don't even know, what time is it? I just spent probably over an hour like doing this look and just screwing around. I was going nuts contouring my nose. Whatever. This is the look that I landed on. It's definitely wild. Kind of looks like I've escaped a mental asylum. At any moment, the men in white coats are gonna burst through the door and take me back. So let's get into this thing. I am wearing my festive Harley Quinn ugly Christmas sweater. This is what it looks like. And this hat that I had to take this hat off. I'm sweating to death with this hat on. That was just for the aesthetic. It's not even remotely cool enough in this apartment for me to be wearing this. My little guy's back. In case you couldn't tell, I really like the color combination of black and red. But yeah, anyway, today's video is going to be the palettes that I am most excited to be wearing in the winter season. Things that I'm definitely going to make a point of wearing in the winter season. I'm actually wearing one on my eyes right now. We'll get to that in just a second. Let me just tell you what I have on my face, and then we will get into the palettes. So as per the usual, recently, I am wearing my Lancome foundation and concealer. I'm not going to show you those. I talked about those like a million times. I am using my new Kaleidos face palette, what are they called? Symphony Contour Trio in light. So it's the lightest one that you can get. I'm also wearing my new blush from Kaleidos that I keep picking up upside down. Super pretty. This is what it looks like. The shade is Ecstasy. I remember that. It's like a corally blush. I'm also wearing 2 of the Space Age highlighters. I'm wearing Skywalker and what is it on? Moon Cruiser? Yeah, Moon Cruiser. Skywalker is a little bit more, it's very blue, but it's kind of chunky, so I just kind of have that one on the cheeks. And then Moon Cruiser is a little more lavender, and it's a bit smoother. I'm trying to get it to show. Whatever. I have that one on my nose, my forehead. I think that's it. On my lips, I have this ColourPop lip liner in the shade Bossy. I have this new Fenty Gloss Bomb that's an exclusive to the holiday set. What's the shade called? Fuchsia Flex. In my waterline, I don't know if you can see, there it is. I am wearing a ColourPop cream gel liner in the shade Prance. And now we're going to start getting into the palettes, because the first palette that I'm going to talk about is the one that I have on my eyes right now. This is the Sub-Zero palette from BH. This was part of their Halloween release last year. But I mean, it's beautiful for the winter. Look at what I've got going on. Again, it's really dramatic. I honestly have a rough time with making blue eyeshadow work for me. So I did go pretty dramatic today because I feel like it kind of works, right? I hope. But yeah, I'll definitely try to do some more looks with this winter. This is one that I got kind of later on. I didn't get it when these were initially released. I got it later on, I think in their Black Friday sale last year. I've only used it a couple of times, but I do want to try to use it some more because it is really nice. Let's move on to another palette that I recently wore on the channel. These palettes are in no particular order. I'm just kind of going as I sort of see fit. This is the new Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette. It has those really beautiful icy minty colors, but it also has the pink. I feel like you could do kind of a subdued, muted Christmas color themed look with this, which is super fun. Definitely going to be wearing this in the winter. And then we also have the retro palette, the mid-size retro palette. This is kind of the older half-sister to the Retro Glam, because I mean, they're both sort of originated from the Retro Mini palette, but their color stories are completely different. So this is Retro Glam, this is Retro. Very different, very cool toned pink palette. Ooh, this would go good with everything that I'm wearing today if I changed my eye look. But anyway, beautiful cool toned pink palette. I definitely want to try to use this one a little bit this winter. And I could probably also combine the two, right? I don't know where to put my face. What if I do this? But yeah, I could probably combine the two as well, right? Do a little pinky, mauvey, purpley sort of a thing. Maybe add in the mints. In a similar vein though, I do want to show you this one. This is the Smoke and Roses palette. Got this one last year. This is from ColourPop. This is a pretty similar color story, a little bit more expanded, but pretty similar to the retro. A lot of nice cool tone pinks. I do want to work with this one a bit this year. Like I bought this one last year around its release time, somewhere around like Black Friday or whatever. And I think I only used it maybe once or twice. I want to make a point of trying to use this one a bit this year because look at it, it's beautiful. Isn't that pretty? Also from ColourPop, I do want to mention some 9-pans. I'm going to show you all three of these. So these are like the blue 9-pan palettes, or at least the blue 9-pan palettes that I want to talk about today. This one is On Cloud Blue. This is kind of a lighter, sort of pastel-y palette. I mean, it does get deep down here. There's like a glitter on there. One of the things I love about this palette is this glitter here. I don't use glitter a ton, but for winter, for doing like those icy looks, I don't put them right on my eyes, but I do put them sometimes like on my cheeks and stuff. Look how cool that is. I love that. But yeah, definitely want to dip into this one this winter. Similarly, we have Blue Moon. This is another beautiful monochromatic blue palette from ColourPop. Everybody raves about this one. This is a beautiful, beautiful palette. A little bit more depth, I guess. There's some more mid-tone shadows, a couple of deeper ones. You can do some really fun things with this. You could probably get something similar to what I have on my eyes now using this. It kind of has similar tones, although I will say I like the BH shimmer formula just a little bit better because it's wicked sparkly. It kind of has similar tones, although I will say I like the BH shimmer formula just a little bit better because it's wicked sparkly. And then I also wanted to mention this one. This one's not completely blue. It's got some purples, like some pinky purples and some more cool tone purples, but this one I like also because of this glitter. Let's see. It's even chunkier and even more sparkly than the other one. It's this one here. Super fun, right? Wow, that's like crazy. Again, I don't put glitters by my eyes. I'll put them like out here usually, or like tap them on my cheeks, but I don't put them directly near my eyes. But I also love this shade here. You just look at it in the pan. Oh, I love this shade. It's a white to blue duochrome. I put it up top here. I mean, next to the glitters, it doesn't look as impressive, but it's really, really beautiful. I like to use that for my inner corner shade when I do blue looks with my ColourPop stuff. Okay, so that's it for ColourPop. I want to swing back to BH though. Like I said, wearing them on my eyes right now, but I wanted to show you these. So this is the Pistachio palette from BH. And just for like the Christmas vibes, especially these deeper ones in here, I feel like this is a beautiful, beautiful palette for this time of year. Doing those, I mean, even like this and this, like, and like the minty one, you could do so many fun like holiday themed looks with this one. Pop in this kind of gold sort of a shade. I mean, it's a green. It's like a lime green, but it has like this kind of, look how beautiful their shimmer formula is. I love BH. These palettes, these Sweet Shop palettes are so great. So I definitely want to use this one, and I might even combine it with this one here. This is the other one that I want to use from BH. Same collection. It's the Sweet Shop collection. I want to dip into these more sultry reds down here. Look at that. Wow, look at those two together. Doesn't that scream Christmas? I didn't even mean to do that, but look at that little Christmas color story. That's gorgeous. I think that's gorgeous. But yeah, I definitely want to dip into this one for the Christmas season and do some Santa Clausy stuff. Did you see my eye twitch when I closed that? There was like a rush of air and it like made me flinch a little. Sticking with the very Christmas themed stuff. Now this is kind of a spoiler for the other video that I was going to film today, which was going to be my like Black Friday haul. But again, I don't want to film two videos looking like this. It's fine for this video by itself, but I didn't want to do a second video looking like this. It's too much. But I did get a couple of palettes from Nomad. Actually, I got 3. 2 of them are going to show up in this video today. This is the newest one. This is the Santa's Village palette. Definitely hyped to use this for the Christmas season. I know a lot of people were kind of talking, or not like talking bad about this palette, but not giving it like rave reviews. A lot of people put it at like the bottom of their Nomad rankings and everything. They were saying that the shimmers in here are kind of like toppers and they're not the most sparkly. I feel like I'm gonna be able to make it work. I haven't swatched any of them yet, but I feel like I'll be able to enjoy this. I really don't mind a topper. I really like, you know, building a mostly matte look and then just topping it with something. So, I mean, depending on how shimmery they are, I might love this. We'll see. Oh, also it's a 9 pan. I love 9 pans. The other palette that I got from Nomad, this baby was half off, and this is the Whistler Snow Lodge palette. And those blues, these like red shades here, you could do some fun Christmassy stuff. There's like a gold champagne, there's minty greens. You can really like mess around with this and do some fun 'tis the season type of stuff. So I'm definitely going to be dipping into this as well. Gosh, Christmas is coming up real quick though. I better get on those Christmas looks. I mean, this is kind of a Christmas look, right? I'm also going to show you this one here. This is the Midnight palette from Beauty Bay. You could basically do the look that I have on now with this palette as well, but this one's really, really nice. You could do a lot of really like Starry Night, like these deep shimmers, like let's see, let's take this one. They're like deep blue shimmers are so crazy and so pigmented. This one doesn't have a ton of sparkle. It's actually, oh, actually you can kind of see a little bit of like a sparkliness, but they just have this gorgeous like sparkly Starry Night vibe to them, which I think goes really well with this season. So yeah, that's that one. A lot of fun things that you could do with this. Next, I want to talk about actually kind of a similar palette, at least in theory, in terms of its like color story concept. Ooh. This one is the Night Flower palette from Lethal Cosmetics. This one's super, super beautiful. These shimmers are like really sparkly, and I mean, look at that. Doesn't that just look like the Aurora Borealis? Why was that hard for me to say? Aurora Borealis. It looks like the Aurora Borealis, you guys. But yeah, I mean, like, this one is beautiful too. I don't want to I don't want to swatch everything, but I just want to swatch a few things. And then there's some, yeah, wow. There's some like multi-chromes in here. They're kind of like duochromes. They're not like crazy intense. Lethal has more intense multi-chromes than the ones in here. Another spoiler alert, by the way, for my haul video, I ordered this gorgeous palette. This is the Sorcerer palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. I've been wanting this palette for a while, and I finally got it in their Black Friday sale. It came so fast. Their shipping was really good. But this is what it looks like. Do you see this? I could die. I'm so excited to use that. I saw Amanda from Makeup Just for Fun doing a video where she was like doing her makeup the way that Angelica Nyqvist would. that was awesome. That look she did was so awesome, and she used this shimmer on her lid. It was stunning. I own most of the palettes that she used in that video, and with the shades that she used from the palette that I don't have, I could just use something from a different palette. I kind of want to recreate the look that she did in that video because it was stunning. But yeah, the Sorcerer palette, gorgeous. Now finally, I want to get into the last couple palettes that I wanted to talk about, right? I don't think there's anything else that I wanted to talk about. This here is the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette. I got this in the spring of 2021. It was like $40. I think it was $40 on Huda's website. I don't know why. It was full price on Sephora, but at the time, I don't know if it still is, but it was $40. This is the color story. Super, super nice, right? You might not think that this is like super wintry, but like this shade here called Dubai, it's like a, I guess you would call it like an antique gold, but it has like a olivey kind of a green. Look, I'm moving my finger and my head in sync. In sync. Anyway, it has like an olivey green sort of a tinge to it. I'm like the guy from Seinfeld. Very, very bad. Let's swatch it. So, it is basically just like a neutral, but it gives off this kind of, at least in my opinion, it gives off like this green sort of a thing. I think I called it a green when I swatched it or pointed it out. I don't remember if I swatched it. I think I did in my palette collection video. And then I was like watching it back and I was like, nobody's going to think that that's green. People are going to think that I'm crazy. It definitely isn't really a green, but it gives like green kind of, what's that one? Kind of like, I don't know, just like woods in the winter kind of vibes. And I really want to pair it with like this red matte, maybe some pinks. I don't know. But I really like this palette and I do want to use it for the winter season and for like holiday looks. And then finally, the last palette that I'm going to show you. This one, so there were other palettes that I could have talked about as like, oh, I got them new and I'm excited to use them in the winter, but that's for the haul video. I didn't want to, talk about those here. And of course I'm going to be excited to use them because they're brand new. But there were also palettes that I felt like, I want to get back into using them, but I always want to dip back into those palettes. Like, what's it called? Major Dimension 2 from Patrick Ta. Like, I always want to use that one. And I'm like fantasizing about fun kind of holiday looks that I could do with it. But like, I always want to use that palette. So I didn't want to list it in this video. This one is similar. I always want to use this palette. I always want to hop back into this one. I think it's so gorgeous. This is Rose Quartz from Huda Beauty. Gorgeous, gorgeous palette. It's probably going to show up again in my palettes I'm excited to use for spring. I'm going to mention it in both this one and that one because I think it's gorgeous for both seasons. I mean, it's gorgeous for all seasons, but I mean, look at the this shimmer and this shimmer and even like the weird jelly shade that everybody hates. Oh my god, I love this palette so much, and you can do incredible winter vibes with this palette, especially because of those incredibly icy shimmers. Do you see that? I'm looking at it in the phone. So gorgeous. Oh, I can't wait. Should I do a photo shoot like out in the snow wearing like someone will see me out there taking selfies. I'll get arrested, it's fine. They'll be like, oh no, there's a psycho freezing to death and taking selfies. Someone should take care of him. Clearly he can't take care of himself. I don't know, is that the end of the video? Are there any other palettes I wanted to talk about? No, right? I'll probably end up topping some looks with some of the shades from Break the Rules, but again, this is just another palette that I always want to use. So yeah, look forward to my Black Friday haul video. There are still like 3 orders that I haven't received from ColourPop. I put in so many orders with ColourPop. Some of them are just gifts, so I'm not going to show them in the haul. But my lippies just shipped. My, what are they called? Super Shock Shadows have not shipped, and I ordered them before I ordered the lippies. Did I? I don't remember. But either way, they haven't shipped yet, so I don't know when I'm going to get them. I'll probably just do the thing where I'm like, oh look, here's a picture. Here's a picture with a... But rather than waiting 1,000 years for them to actually show up, my Odin's Eye order finally came. Oh, speaking of Odin's Eye, I'm going to pop up a picture here, somewhere in this general vicinity, of the Odin's Eye Christmas palettes that came out this year, because even though I don't have them right now, technically, they're over there. I know that they're over there. I know that I'm getting them for Christmas. My husband ordered them for me for Christmas. He knows that I know. We discussed it. But yeah, so I'm going to have those, and I'm pretty excited to use those for the winter season as well. Speaking of Christmas presents, this sweater is also a present from my husband last year. In conclusion, how many palettes was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's a lot of palettes. But winter is a long season, and we need to spruce it up and do all fun looks and stuff. So, definitely excited to get into that. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Expect another video on Wednesday. I post every Sunday. I post every Wednesday. 2 days a week. Unless I do a bonus video like I did on Halloween. So, yeah, if you want to see more content, like, subscribe. I guess ring the bell. I don't know. I find that annoying. I wouldn't want to get a notification when someone posts. But maybe that's just me. I'm sure it would help me if you did that. Wouldn't it be so nice if I could monetize? Maybe one day. Also, comment how you like my nose contour, because I spent a lot of time playing with that. Oh, yesterday I spent a lot of time in the bathroom contouring my nose as well. Should I show you a picture? It's going to be up on my Instagram by the time you see this, but here's a picture of what I looked like when I did that. That was a fun look as well. I've had more fun contouring my nose than any person ever should. But anyway, see you on Wednesday. Peace out.